I forgot to switch over to the Wi-Fi. If I can do that real quick. Hold on. Shit. God damn it. Is it gonna let me go down? You know what? We'll just do it. This is gonna be a short epistle through the Spirit and power. How about Shema. It's just a simple response to Elder Apostle Tahar's epistle. We are gonna be here for another 30 years plus. It's from Bishop Nate. Making that false prophet saying we're gonna be here for another 30 or 25 or 30 years. And then also you had Sakari speaking about how we're gonna be here for 1,000 years. And this sparked me to do this epistle through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Ashai. Let me check the audio real quick. 25 or 30 okay. Years, and then also... But first and foremost, want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekak Wadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Mills for bringing out 100% truth and keeping it real. Salutations to the 144 hopeful elect of Israel who's pushing his word in all to sincerity. And the 1/3 of Israel who believe in the word and follow the Lamb wherever it goes. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom, y'all. So anyway, just straight to the point, I'm going with Elder Apostle Tahar, and if I go back to this video, he actually asked the question, what do y'all think? Toward the end of his video, I'll put it in the description box as well.
And remember, he also teaches that there's an eternal hell. And only Israelites are going to burn in that eternal hell because the other nations got to play the part of slaves. They're not going to burn in hell. But if you're not IUIC, you're an Israelite other group, Israelite GMS, ISPK, whatever, Shakari, whatever. All you guys are going to burn in hell because you did not follow the Bishop Nate. Anyway, that's it. So my question, I'm going to throw this out at y'all. How long do you think we got before we get out of here? So you got to respond to it. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom on to the next.
Okay.
Just something to think about it.
Think about it. So this is my response right here. Because, as you brothers and sisters know out there, the ones that are in the faith, that this is the 2025. I'm going to say this at the beginning and then toward the end of this epistle as well. This is the hopeful year of our deliverance and the destruction of Esau's kingdom, 2025. So with that in mind, let's get into these scriptures. Speak, let the words of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah speak. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 11. Hold on. Nope, that's not what I was looking for. Yeah, okay, here it is. Oh, verse 11. Here it is right here. I was looking at 14, Salaki. It says, straight to the point. Hey, for the world is divided into 12 parts. So that breaks down the Esau false doctrine of the earth is 1,000,000 years old, 12,000 years old, 12,000 around in that area. It says, for the world is divided into 12 parts. When I first heard that, bro, that broke down a lot of strongholds. And it boosted up my faith, because it's all written and it makes sense. We ought to obey God rather than man. It says, for the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts are gone already, and half of a tenth. Right. So this was written in the time of Ezra. Ezra was around like 500 years before the Messiah. Right. And then so the Messiah came on the scene. That was 2,000 years ago. So 12 parts is we there, bro. We at the and if you speak about the Daniel, is it Daniel chapter? Hold on, the four beasts. We're at the hold on. If you think about the statue, hold on. Let me bring it up real quick. Daniel. And the statue. Hold on, let me see if I can bring it up real quick. If you think about this statue, yeah, right. It's around Daniel chapter 2, right, 39. Salaki. It's in 239. Well, anyway, it speaks about how okay, here it is. Do I want to read it real quick? Let me see if I can go get it real quick. Daniel chapter 2, verse 39. Because what I want to say is that, at the end of that statue or the toes, um, partly strong, you know, and then we're down at the toes. If you think about it, we're down at the toe jams. That's what I wanted to say. We're down at the toe jams. Uh, Daniel chapter 2, verse 39. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as the iron, for as much as iron breaketh into pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all things shall it break in pieces and bruise. Right? And whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for so much as thou sawest the iron mixture with the miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And we're looking at Esau's kingdom right now, the end of it. You know, they're divided. You know, NATO and the EU and Babylon the Great, aka America. Um, and in the days, okay, and in the days of these kings, so this scripture goes right into it. You know, the kingdom gonna be. It says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, thou shalt mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. Right. So while all this is going on, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all of these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So this is speaking about the great awakening, actually, bro. Right? You know, in going to, like, you could go to Psalms 27, how the Lord prepareth the table before me in the presence of my enemies. The great awakening, Ezekiel chapter 37. It says, for as much, so this is Daniel chapter 2, verse 45. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. So it and that goes into Second Ezra chapter 13. Yahweh Shemashah coming back in that fathership, you know, breaking those clouds. Behold, he coming with clouds. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he coming with clouds, and every eye shall see him. The valley, he's going to gather all nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat during this great awakening period. Wait you, the scriptures say, wait you upon me till I rise up to the praise. Yes, I'm paraphrasing a lot of scriptures because that was the spirit, you know, we was in just then, you know, because all I had was that I had I wanted to start off with 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 11, just speaking about 12 parts, and the 10th part had gone already, and now we're at the end of the 12th part, really, the end of this kingdom. And then now I want to jump to 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1.